Kenya, Kenya, so many kinds of animals there. Kenya, Kenya, you cannot see them elsewhere. Kenya, Kenya, in the southern half of Africa, you know Kenya, Kenya, that's where you should go.
Did not really, because even the education itself was not very much, how can I put it? It was not very much concerned or focused on producing somebody who will be of benefit to the society. Just that I went to school. Yes, I went to school, I went to a certain level of school. We've gone up from 6 and so what? What have you been? So we say that this level came into this the 8-year basic education was to restructure the program in order to reduce the influx or increase of unemployment. Because if I have the basic technical skills, I can be able to move out there, go be a carpenter, making some things, getting money.
Yes.
I can go to the farm and make my own. I can open up a business with the knowledge that I've gained, and all that could increase the incidences of unemployment among youths.
Correct.
So that was the rationale upon which they introduced 8 years basic education, then the 4, and then the other 4. Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Every system comes with a given structure. Could you now give us the descriptive analysis of the 844 structure?
Right, 844 as it's just self-explanatory in that way, because we're just having 8 years in primary school. Because in the previous one we had 7, so we added 1 year after the reforms. We're having 8 years in primary school, 4 years in secondary school, then 4 years in either university, college, TVET.
Yes.
So with that, how are these now these two structures placed? Because even with the 844 system, we still have the preschool not yet included there, just like in the other one. The 7423. The preschool was not yet included. The same to this, because we remember just going to nursery, and from there we are in the 1, and we are ready to go. So it's still not included. Now the description of the structure is that we start from the primary education. Primary education, this one started at the age of 6 years, and consisted of 8 years of schooling. Look at standard 1. Then at standard 1, that means you should be at the age of, okay, we're going into nursery, then to standard 1. So minus that nursery, we had 8 years. We had 8 years. So we went through that. So from 6 years, 8 years in primary school, then now you move. Out of the 8 years, the first 3 years would be taught in mother tongue. In nursery schools, and even in standard 1, 2, 3, in most local schools, even teachers were allowed to teach in mother tongue, because that's the language of the catchment area. We say that it's called an indigenous language of the catchment area, whereby a learner can understand what you're saying. So mostly teachers were trying to look for a way to make sure that they do not leave these children behind. So they venture into that mother tongue. But it did not have great impact in the urban, because those in the urbans people are mixed up. We have very many people from different tribes, so you cannot use a mother tongue. But in the local settings, it will work. English was invariably the language of instruction from standard 4 to 8, where now they have mastered, they have done the reading, and they can at least read. So we now introduce English. Then we say that most schools were public, which were run on the basis of Harambe system. Harambe system, that they could call parents, yeah, they contribute something small, they start a school.
Yes.
Then is the community that will be in charge of that school. So they are the ones running the school. The end of primary education was marked by KCP. Was and is still,
Yes.
because we are having currently standard 8
Yes.
is the last class under 8 for in primary school. While in secondary school we are still having something like 5 years. Then we shall be done with the 844. So that KCP marked the end of primary school, and it was basically knowledge based. You pass the exam, you move. You failed, you are left. So that one, it was like that. Then enrollment levels in primary education have been reasonable as a result of making it free. Now, who made primary education free? The late His Excellency Mwai Kibaki is the one who made education free. So with that one, we had increased enrollment in primary schools and all that. But it was a case difference in secondary school because it was not yet complete. That process of making it free completely was not yet complete. So after the primary education, we now move on to secondary education. This one consists of 4 years.
Yes.
4 years. You spend them from 1, from 4. You are marked by KCSE, then you leave.
Yes.
So majority of secondary schools were or are still being run on Harambe system. There are schools that are still being run by the society, whereby they try to make it that their children are in school. There are areas in this country that the government has not yet reached. So it's Harambe that is running those schools. Only about a quarter of the school were government camouflage. Government camouflage is a mixture. So the government supports a little, but the community must also continue. But look at some schools, the national schools. The government is there fully.
Yes.
It's there fully. Even children going there, it's believed that they are very bright. Then there are those ones that are believed to go to the locals. You live from this primary, you skip the fence in your secondary school. But those national schools, now there existed private schools which charged, and they are still charging high fees. So there are those schools that only those people who are living can afford. There are people who are living and there are people who are surviving. So the living only can afford those schools because of the high cost of school fees. And they don't care the marks they take. But as long as you have money, you can go there because maybe they know what happens there. Those are the private schools. And most of these private schools offered British O-level education, followed by A-level. So they are not graded with KCSE. They don't do KCSE. They do the British education. We call them the international schools. So they do not go into this education of ours. The British education is the one they use. So comparing the enrollment of primary and secondary school. Secondary school had and has been or has had very little enrollment. As a result, it has not been free really as it has been said. It has not been that free. So the enrollment, if you compare it with primary, it was low. It was low. Then we have the education, or the university or a college or TVET education. So there have been people transiting to universities, others to colleges, others to TVETs and all that. All of those people to venture into what they desire to be. Now they go to fulfill their dreams and goals there. So various universities have been established after UN in 1970. So UN was the first public university to be established, and they were just starting as small organizations. But with time they grew. So other universities such as Kenyatta University, such as Mount Kenya University, University of Eldoret, Moi, just came after UN in 1970. And an estimated number of 17 private universities have been so far introduced. Those private, like the St. Paul's University in Nairobi. We have the USIU private university, KCA. There are very many that are supporting the government, but now the school fees is a bit upstairs. Yes. So you can manage it if you have them, but for those that they have been getting direct entries. They've been able to enter into public universities, and that one has helped. So we say that it is estimated that only about 2% of learners actually reach the universities. Only about 2%. Now, why is it so? Out of 100%, only 2. Why is this 98%? Where are they? Why was this so? This is because the outflow of students belonging to the higher socio-economic strata prefer foreign universities. We have these rich kids. So, whatever the case, whatever they score, whichever marks they score, is go to university. But not even universities, they go to the international universities. So that's why a very small percentage of learners have been able to access that university admission. But also, the technical subjects has helped many people. Despite not going there, they have gone somewhere. They have influxed into colleges, into TTCs, into TVETs, and they have been beneficial. They have benefited. Yes.
Okay. No, it's fine. Okay. Over the past years, there have been debates over the 844 system. Which are some of these debates?
All right. So, if any time a debate arises, that's to mean there's a side that is proposing, another side that is opposing. So, the debates have been there. After its introduction in 1985, there have been various debates that have been conducted, and findings, arguments have been brought. So, we say that despite the 844 policy having been described as a major educational reform in the history of Kenya's education system since independence, there have been views that it is a great devastation. You know, if we talk of something devastating, it's something that has got an impact, negative or positive. Mostly it's negative. If you are devastated, you are angry with somebody, with something. So you are devastated as a person. As a nation, it's devastated because of maybe the high economic condition of the time and all that. How are these people, why is this, or how, where does the devastation comes in? So you say that according to a report given by Amutabi in 2003, the 844 system of education in 1985 still remains the most radical and perhaps Mindle's change in the education in Kenya since independence. Now, the system has caused great devastation to Kenya that even if it were changed today, the toll on the nation will be felt for many years to come. So, remember that this education has been with us for 32 years.
Yes.
Basically, is it even 32? Because 32 we are counting from 1985 to 2017. Let us do this calculation. What they are saying, I want us to get here.
Yes.
This is 2 and this is 3. But remember that it's not yet clear, it's not yet scrapped up yet. Because we are having 5 more years. So will it have been served for 32 years or for 37? Because we are having 5 more years before it's scrapped off in secondary schools. Yes. So it's just it was an estimated number of years. But how?